Answer Jeff Hurst, the trailer booking and Billy Bonds. Paolo Di Canio, West Ham United. We celebrate our victories, we stick together.
By the way, I'm going to start again because one of you did a mic drop when I said quiet, please. So 1, 2, 3.
Bobby Moore, Answer Jeff Hurst, the trailer booking and Billy Bonds. Paolo Di Canio, West Ham United. We celebrate our victories, we stick together in defeat. Proud of our history, West Ham United. More than just a podcast. More than just a podcast.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. This is more than just a podcast. Season 11, episode 35. Stop it! So unprofessional. If people have took all that time, stop it. I've got a good mind to start again.
No, come on, leave it in. Just keep going. Dear, oh dear. Mr. Professional can't even line up an advert, right, when it's supposed to come in. So don't pretend you're professional. We've started.
Just
Hello,
trying.
everyone. I'm in my shed. How you doing, Len? You all right?
I'm alright, yeah.
There we go. George, how you going, all right?
Yeah, really good,
Where are
Marge.
you
How are
doing?
you?
Where are
Go.
you doing? How you's doing?
How you doing?
Yeah.
Anyway, as I was saying, season 11, episode 35. Please don't flick your mics on and off. Don't crash into them. Try and think of the listener's ears. Thank you. Don't shout. Don't pop. Oh, piss off. Right, let's talk about football.
Oh, do we have to talk about the Chelsea game?
We do have to talk
Can't we
about
just do a Thursday night special?
Sean, you talk about Chelsea game. You went.
I did, yeah. I did go to the Chelsea game.
I was in Canaletto's. Loading it up.
Go on then, tell us about your day at Chelsea. Go
do
on.
you know what? I took my son and my daughter, who are both West Ham fans, and my son, as you know, is a season ticket holder, and I took my daughter's boyfriend, who's a Chelsea fan, who'd never been to Chelsea. This was his first time at Chelsea. So he went,
He was tall, wasn't he?
He is tall. Compared to my daughter, who's like 5 foot, and he's like 6 foot something. Anyway, so we went, I really want to go to the club shop. Nope. And we went to Canaletto's, and a great food it was there.
Did he not know the club shop was shut?
He didn't know. He
Big
didn't
fan then.
also know
Big
why.
fan.
He didn't also know why the seats were empty. But I thought.
Neither did you.
Well, neither I. Let me tell you, right?
Oh, let me tell you. You didn't. I told you.
I thought that had gone because I thought that when they'd allowed away fans, and obviously there was loads of corporate people there as well. If they'd allowed that, why wouldn't they allow any? But there were loads of gaps. And West Ham fans were singing, there's nobody here, there's nobody here, just like
Just
the
like
old
the old days, there's nobody here.
But West Ham were in fine singing, and you didn't hear... look, the corporate setup, apart from the restaurant, the corporate setup, the seats are too small and too close together. You bang your knees. I've got a bad knee at the moment anyway. It's not really uncomfortable. It's a good view, but it's a shitty stadium, let's be honest. It's not
It's
like
got
that
shitty
stadium.
fans in it, that's why.
Hold up. I've got to pull you up on me. I don't think it is a shitty stadium.
It is.
looks-
The
it looks-
views
I'll
of the
tell you what.
facilities are a bit like, you know...
The facilities, you was in a fucking posh 5-star restaurant. What
agreed.
facilities are bad for you?
I tell you, the service was awful. It was this guy.
Oh, dear.
Couldn't get down his throat quick enough,
And the
that's what he's
service
saying.
was awful. I mean, I had to call the manager over because the service, he just didn't, you know...
ordered my bottle of Chateau Lafite 10 minutes ago.
Exactly. It was a bit like that. And
I'll have
the time in between...
the duck l'orange
I had to
with
ask
the
him to
souffle
clear- in between
and a
courses-
double decker.
In between
It's
courses, I had
Cunard,
to ask
though.
him to clear
Yes,
away.
Cunard,
He
yeah.
got the drinks wrong when I asked, when we ordered... we ordered a beer singer beer, and it comes with a rum and coke. I mean, how difficult can it be? Anyway, it's not a corporate hospitality podcast.
Well, it is.
I thought, we lined up with a B team. Our boys, by the way, sung through the whole thing. I didn't hear Chelsea once until they scored on the 90th minute. So,
Yeah.
I don't go away that often, and obviously it didn't count as going away.
Not as
It was
often as
good.
people would like you to.
But you know what? The Chelsea people said one thing. It really hurt. He said, "You're really good. You're really loud, but you're not as loud as Palace." That hurt me. Palace are louder, apparently. Palace ultras. Anyway,
CPFC. That's a good one.
no trains as well. No southwestern trains, and severe delays on the district line. So thank God we had a chauffeur to drop us off. But
Oh my God.
well,
You don't learn, do you?
He does learn. He just likes to wind up.
Anyway, it was a good game. We enjoyed ourselves. I thought, obviously un-Moyes-like. He rests a number of players. No Bowen, no Rice, no Lanzini.
Is there any rice in the restaurant?
No, but some lovely linguine, and the caviar was to die for.
I don't eat fish.
I know you don't, but the smoked salmon with caviar was just.
Linguine, that's like squid, isn't it?
No, linguine is a pasta.
Well, yeah.
Close.
I thought that was linguine.
Yeah, it is linguine.
Did I say languine?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you knew what I meant. If I can't pronounce footballers right, why am I going to pronounce food right?
Well, you know how to fucking all do it, so you can't get it that far wrong.
I stayed within my points. Thank you very much. 50 points for lunch. Wait, what? Just points, but I was still. Anyway,
Did they have the Canaletto's menu on the app then? Did they?
No, but it was a proper paper menu and everything.
Proper paper menu.
I'll tell you one thing, just before we get to the game.
Yeah, go on then.
We got some programs, right? And
Proper paper program.
And we got 4 programs, there's 4 of us, and lots of other people left their program. So I sort of hoovered a few up because I've got some Chelsea mates. And they said, could you get a program? And I didn't realise, and I'm coming back, this time I came back on the tube. I come back on the tube past David Sullivan in his red, he was getting some stick from the fans. Party by the pub, that's another story.
And you were like, leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
He's all right.
Why don't you give us a lift back to Surrey? And people on the train were going, kind of a program. And I said, no, I've got these for some mates. They went, I'll give you 20 quid for one.
No.
I went, no. And then they explained that they're collectors and that programs aren't for sale. You cannot get.
Yeah.
And when I hoovered up a few extra, I think between the 4 of us, we had, 10. People were saying to us, the steward said, don't put them on eBay, mate. I said, no, I'll give them to Chelsea people on our curry club. They were going, because you can't buy these. They're not available to season ticket holders or Chelsea. They only get given away at corporate. There you go. A little bit of a collector's item. I saved one.
And you put it on
Nigel.
eBay.
I'll save one for Nigel. Maybe I'll save one for your missus as well. Would she appreciate it or not?
My missus?
Yeah.
Yes, she would. Do you know who would? My father-in-law would, definitely.
I'll save one for your father-in-law as well.
Well, thank you. That's very kind.
Anyway.
What about the bloke in the wheelchair, Sean?
Oh, I did, yeah. But that's, there was a woman. It wasn't a bloke. It was a woman in a
sorry.
wheelchair. And this person said, "Oh, come on." And I said, "Look, I've promised them all to people. I hadn't, because I've just given one away." And she went, "Look. Go on. I've got every single program. I haven't got this one. So what am I going to... I mean, it might not have been true, but she was in a wheelchair. What am I going to do?" I went, "Go on then. Shh, don't tell anyone." And I gave her a program, free of charge.
I wonder what you was going to say. You gave
So
it
did
him.
I thought I'd cut
I
out
gave her a
there.
program.
Where's the dump button?
A Chelsea fan. Yeah. Anyway, it was a good game. Look, it was a good day out, sport by the last minute. We had our B team. They missed chance after chance. I thought Ben Johnson was an excellent centre-back. I thought we defended well. We put a shift on compared with the talent we had and the talent they had on the bench. They brought on Lukaku and probably about £200 million of
We
players.
brought on better players, to be fair.
And
wanna
then
talk
right
about
at the
that.
end, you're thinking, dare I dream? I'm thinking, well, I know Nigel thought we'd nick it. And we could have nicked it, right, at the end. We got quite close. And Then they get the penalty, and you think that's it, it's all over. And obviously, my son's saying to me, "No, he can't be sent off. Double jeopardy rules." And I'm going, "I don't know what double jeopardy rule is." I said, "I think he can be sent off," and he was sent off. Then we were arguing how many games, and now it turns out, reading the rules, it's only one game he's sent off. But that was probably one of the worst penalties I've ever seen live taken.
Well, yeah.
We live, and you think, bloody hell, we're going to take a point, and what a great point it is to hold Chelsea. It wasn't the point, it was holding Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. And then, of course, it all goes to shit, and we on the 90th, 89th and 32nd, so in the 90th minute, we concede. And of course, Chelsea erupts like they've won the bloody FA Cup in the ground. And it's all over. But, you know, if they celebrate like that, beating a 10-man B team of West Ham while we've got our eyes on the Europa League semi-final, good luck to them, is what I say. You want to add anything else? You were watching with your Chelsea supporting wife, I assume, George?
I was kind of, yeah. No, nothing else to add. I think I agree.
Was it El Jessica again?
El Jessico?
El Jessica.
Well, it wasn't. It wasn't really. Well, we
Who
were
did
distracted.
she support then?
She wasn't watching at all. Obviously.
For Christ's sake, she's like one now.
But I think wasn't it the rules that we established last time was that she now gets passed over to the Chelsea side.
Like the Brian Clough trophy between Derby and Forest.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, was there a ceremonial handing over and go, there you go, and it's a shitty one, so leave it to you.
So until we meet again, she's on the Chelsea side.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Anything you want to say about the game, or Dawson sending off?
I don't think. Well, I'll tell you what. There is. I think there's an argument that the foul started outside the box, and did he really hold on to him all the way into the box? I don't think he did. I think the contact that made him go down, or that he felt from outside the box. So I think there's that argument, and I think that I think it was their goal. We had the ball over near our fans. Bowen had the ball, and I think it went out for a corner. And then they went up the other end pretty much directly from that moment of play and went and scored. And VAR didn't once check if the ball went out of play. Nor did they once check was the foul starting outside the box.
They were very quick to the red card.
Yeah,
very, very quick.
Top six biased.
Well, you start to think that way, especially watching the Liverpool match and the decisions they were getting on Everton weren't getting. You know, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to argue with a conspiracy theory.
They hadn't won for three. I didn't realise this at the time, but they hadn't won for 3 matches, had they? At the previous
Chelsea,
3 games, they'd lost every game at Stamford Bridge.
They conceded something like
11
goals, wasn't it?
11 goals.
So,
yeah,
but
so that's why they celebrated like they won the World Cup.
Well, it was a good time to play Chelsea and at home.
Yeah.
But like you said, we've got bigger fish to fry, and I don't blame Moyes for putting out what can be called a B team.
Do you blame Dawson?
No, again, you know, it's hard to be angry at that man right now, isn't it?
It is, but did he let us down in that, you know, going down to 10
He's trying to
men?
put words in your mouth, George.
I know. No, Sean, he didn't let us down.
All right, okay. All right. Let's move on.
Did he let you down?
He didn't let me down.
No,
I'll
did,
tell you who did let me down.
The waiter.
The murderer. How that... I think the goal should have been disqualified because the murderer was credited with the assist. Alonso. Why were they singing, "It should have been you, it should have been you"?
I don't even know what he's done. He's just passing
Right,
by.
so this is obviously
The murderer.
Alonso. Well, why did you ask if you know he's a murderer? The fact is he
I know
didn't
the
murder her,
story.
but basically he killed a woman,
Teenager.
died. He was in a car crash years and years ago when he was playing football in Spain. That's got to be 10, 15 years ago. I'm not excusing it, but he killed someone in a car crash.
yeah.
He was drunk.
He was.
Now, as in Spanish law, he can avoid prison by paying.
2011, by the way.
Yeah, so he can avoid
So
prison.
10 years ago, yeah.
11. He can avoid prison by paying a penance to the family of the person
He
that
was a
had died.
Bolton defender at the time, by the way, just
Yeah,
to make sure.
right. But
Even though it was in Madrid.
and the thing about it is as well is that rightly or wrongly, and I think look the rules there, the laws there in Spain, in it's their law. This is what they allow. The thing is, he comes from a wealthy family because I believe his dad and his granddad were both professional footballers
Jesus,
and
got
played
dark.
for Real Madrid, I believe. So, they've obviously had the money to pay off the person's family, but that is part of the rules.
So you
It's
know
not-
she was a passenger. His
yeah.
car overturned. He was
Yeah.
driving a BMW, and it overturned.
Sean's reading a news article.
Yeah, of course
Yeah, yeah.
I am.
Fucking Wiki's his best friend.
No, it's not. It's Daily Mail, actually.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
April,
Even
January.
better.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that is what happened, is it not, Sean? So, but the thing is,
It was
it's
twice over the permitted
yeah.
limit
Well,
of alcohol.
we've
under
all been
Spanish
there.
law.
Well, no, actually, I haven't.
He
I've
was
not killed
charged
anyone.
originally charged with involuntary homicide after
Yeah.
a breath test. There
Yeah.
you go.
So it's a tragic accident, and we can all get into drinking and driving and whatever, and people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. So I'm not going to go down that road.
Well, have
I've
you
never-
killed someone?
No, I've never
Oh.
killed anyone.
All right.
But
Drink drive.
yeah, so
Oh, have
so anyway, so
You didn't need to bring this up.
no, but what I'm saying is I can't sit here and
Slag him off.
judge
Fair
the
enough.
bloke and everything for
You
what he's
can, you're
done.
on a podcast.
Yeah, but when I've sort of sat in that seat.
So
Not-
why
not
is it
to
coming
that
up
extent.
now?
It's
Is
not
it
coming
because
out now.
It's not,
Sean.
it's been there all the
you're-
time,
You're
Sean.
hearing about it now.
Well, no, I
Because
know
you
that
sat
they
there
do
in a
sing
half-empty
that, so-
Stamford Bridge and you
Oh,
heard
right,
them
okay.
singing it.
We've
It's
known
been
about it
sung
for years. Yeah.
forever
Yeah,
and
I
ever.
didn't know.
About it, but I have heard it more this year, and not just at West Ham than maybe.
I think
didn't
probably
know-
the because it has been somewhat hidden, and it's not been hidden, but it hasn't been out in the news, and it happened so long ago before he was over here that it
No, he
didn't
was
ever-
over here. He was playing for Bolton at the time.
Well, there you go.
He'd,
He's playing
he'd
for Bolton.
gone back for the weekend to Madrid, and killed the woman then.
Yeah, well, that's what happened.
Yeah.
I think that it's probably being made more about it now, particularly after what's happened with Zuma and the stuff that he went through and the
Well,
resulting.
so this is the point I was coming to, because if you read stories, people say the reason it's come up recently is fans compare Kurt Zuma fine to that of Alonso, who killed a girl. So I'm reading an article here in a soccer website called allsoccer.co.uk, and that's exactly what they're talking about. How come fans were booing and giving Zuma so much of a problem when Alonso never got grief at the time, but he's getting grief now. There you go. Anyway,
Well, perhaps because what Alonso did was in Spain and wasn't publicised over here, and it came out years after it happened.
yeah, maybe. Maguire was convicted in Greece for assault and bribery while still captain of Man United. Suarez was fined 40,000 for racism.
Yeah, but what you see, the thing is, and this is where I go, you finger point, isn't it? So what Zuma did was wrong.
Yeah.
So just acknowledge that, move on.
All right, just to finish, Alonso was doing 112 kilometres an hour in a road that was only 50 kilometres an hour. A 22-year-old girl was killed, and he paid a £61,000 fine. Case closed.
Was it a 61,000? Didn't he not make the money goes to the family? There's a payment made to the family.
I don't know. And let's not forget about John Terry, racist, or Jamie Carragher spat in someone's face, or Ronaldo accused of rape, or Greenwood.
This is a hell of a Chelsea review.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, let's go to you.
Sean's
Len.
compiling his Parkhurst 11 by the sounds of it.
Let's go to you, Len. Did you watch the game?
I did, yeah, and I thought we coped well. I was actually quite pleased to see the changes made.
Yeah, good.
Although I
because he
thought-
doesn't usually do that, does he?
No. So I was pleasantly surprised. But it did affect our forward play. I thought there was. I didn't think we were good going forward. We didn't lay a glove on them. You know, we didn't throw a punch.
We were playing. I think as some Chelsea fans
they
said to
weren't
me,
very
we
good,
were throwing
Chelsea.
everybody behind the ball and going for the break, which is not a bad strategy.
We played a poor Chelsea team that had conceded 4 at home against Brentford, and it looked like that.
Yeah.
And you know, and it was only because we made changes. And when you think about it, you could say, I mean, balls are going in probably too slow to Yarmolenko, and he got caught offside.
You still don't like Yarmolenko, do you?
Well, it's not that. It just doesn't suit our play, and this is what I mean. It sounds like I don't like him because when he comes into the fold as Arthur Masuaku, he goes in under difficult circumstances because he has to play. I don't even think there's reserve games now, is there? That get played. So he goes in quite cold with a shook up side.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really. It doesn't work at the forward play. People come in at the back, like Johnson, who done well.
Yeah, Johnson did excellent.
It just doesn't happen going forward. Masuaku always seems to be like a wing back.
No one would pass to him. He kept on asking for the ball, and no one would pass to him. I thought he did all right, actually.
Wow. I mean, but it's not important. The important thing is that we made the changes. Okay, that didn't help us going forward, but I'm pleased we made the changes.
Who was your man of the match?
Actually, I'm going to give it to Fabianski because he made important
who I was going to say.
saves.
I thought he had a wonder game.
Other than that, they missed the target a lot, Chelsea. Did you notice
They
that
did,
as well?
yeah. They didn't take their chances.
But it's a game we'll quite like to swiftly move on from.
Yeah. Right, let's do a stat attack.
They got shit fans. Fucking shit fans.
67% possession for Chelsea, meaning we only had 33. They had 26 shots. 5 on target. We had
5
6
out of
shots.
26.
2 on target. 3 corners. Walk to them. We just got 1. Nigel, anything to add? Or bad day at the office, move on?
Well, I don't think it was a bad day at the office, was it? I thought, 6
It's harsh
changes.
to lose in the last.
It's funny. People go, rest the players. You rest the players. People going, what's that shit ass team he's put out? So that's bound to happen. So I thought the people that were put out that started the game equipped themselves well. Chelsea, for whatever reason, are playing flat. The game was flat. I thought Dawson was our best player.
Yeah.
I'd give him man of the match, even despite the sending off.
Yeah.
And I actually think...
Did he not let you down, Nigel?
No, he didn't.
Was he?
The
Is
funny
he still
thing
fit to wear
is-
the shirt?
Fitter than you. And, that ain't hard. But then again,
Shocking.
Stayed with him in his
if he'd have been on the pitch, I don't think they would have scored. And it's not about 10 men. I think Dawson would have been in the middle when the ball came across and he would have cut it out.
They worked hard as a team, didn't they, though?
No, yeah. You look at it and you go, Dawson, Johnson and Creswell as a back three
That's
with
what you wanted to see,
Masuaku.
wasn't it?
And then you think, my God, how well did they play? The mad thing is, the one that got caught out was the one central defender.
Yeah.
And he got caught out. A momentary lapse, jumped. Let Lukaku get the better of him. I, like George, think the foul was initiated outside the area. Lukaku went down. My God, if Lukaku was a boxer, I don't think a flyweight could probably knock him down. Nazim Hamid could probably put a finger on him, and the way he went down, and it's that over-exaggerated fallback because he felt the tug, and. If VAR wants to look at it, how comes VAR can spend 3 to 5 minutes looking to see whether their dick is offside, right, and flag it up, yet they look at a penalty thing and don't go, where was it initiated? If you tap someone outside the box and they fall over inside the penalty area, it's a free kick. Yeah, he pulled him outside the box. If the referee blew the whistle there and then, don't get a penalty.
Yeah.
No.
That aside, though, the geezer's minute, and it did give me my funniest moment of the game when the commentator went, "Well, if you want anyone to take a penalty, you'd be Jorginho," and you'd think, "What, the same Jorginho that missed 2 penalties for Italy?"
Yeah.
Custom qualification.
That was
Yeah, custom qualification.
Yeah, that one, the one who's about to bobble one right at the goalie.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Right, I want to listen. I want to ask a pertinent question. The VAR people, right? So they give that a red, right? So if they're saying that's a clear and obvious goal scoring opportunity, then why the fuck does Lukaku go down? Why don't you tap it away if it's clear and obvious?
It's a good question.
The yellow was fine. You know, he gave him a yellow. He gave a penalty that was missed.
There's one good bit of news.
Go on.
He won't play Arsenal,
Yeah, we
which
know
means he'll be rested for the second leg of Europa League. We
Yeah.
take that out of the
And
equation.
we give the boy Longhello a chance,
Well,
don't we?
everything
works
not,
out
Not
groovy.
Longhello. What's his name? Elise.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right.
I say put the kids to Arsenal. Rest the whole team. Free hit. You know, does it matter?
Not really. Not now.
It's
No, it
all
doesn't.
eyes on Thursday.
Saying doesn't matter, right? I have a question.
Go on then.
Yeah.
If we get
Question.
7th and the
Yeah.
Europa Conference, is that worth playing Sundays for?
No, it's not.
I don't think so. I'm pleased to be in Europe and I'd respect the competition, but we're losing a lot
We
on the
can
home
still
front,
get
aren't we?
6. It's not unreasonable. Man United are shit at the moment, or inconsistent. Let's be unkind to say the
but-
shit.
Why
tricky
are we
game.
all thinking about that? Don't worry about that, mate, because we're winning the
We're in
UEFA
the
Cup and
Europa
playing
League,
we're
we're in the
Champions-
Champions
You're right,
League.
you're right. We're
and
going
playing
That's
Champions
right, yeah.
League football.
shit, as you said to me earlier, shit or bust.
Shit or bust.
Yeah.
We are going. Yeah, and
You're right,
we will,
Nigel.
we will
Going,
get
and
our
so the thing is,
Saturdays back as
We're
well.
going to Germany. Que sera, sera. We're going to Germany. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
on the-
But when you think about it, we got more to lose. The jeopardy is, man.
My favourite song was Declan Rice's running up and down, and they're saying he left because
I don't know that song.
He's left because you're shit. Declan Rice.
Declan Rice is running up and down. Declan Rice is running up and down.
Declan
One
Rice,
minute he's up,
listen.
next minute he's down. Is that how it goes?
No, he's saying
right.
he left because you're shit. He left because you're shit. Declan Rice, he left because shit. Well, he's.
Have you
he's-
been to a football match before?
I know
Sean?
that, but I was right in front of them. Look, I was, but they were. He was laughing. I was quite close to him, and he
Oh,
was
was it?
laughing and sort of shaking his head, going, "Don't embarrass me, chaps. Don't embarrass me."
How close was you? Was you close enough for him to see you and go, if you publish another photograph like that again, I'll fucking do you?
No,
You-
he didn't.
No. Oh.
He didn't. Talking of that, by the time we left, obviously we had a cheese dish and some
Yeah.
fruit cake, and
You're a
large
man
drink.
marking the sommelier, weren't you, Sean?
Uh,
Come back
we
with
left-
that wine list.
and-
I've
and-
got
and-
you in my pocket.
Get me another
They-
bottle.
They bought me a nice. So at full time we had our drinks and we had a lovely bottle of Malbec, which was
Argentinian, was it? Or
it was Argentinian. They'd let it breathe. It was jolly nice. Anyway, so we left after the crowd's gone down, and that's when I bumped into the red Bentley, or is it Rolls Royce? I don't know which one it is. And there's some drunk guy comes out the pub and he's banging on the window, going, "There's no one in there. They haven't picked him up yet. It's just some great big guy who's his bodyguard."
Did he go when he come out of the pub?
Sullivan, fuck off. Like,
I
Sounded
didn't
a bit
say
posh there.
anything
Was
like
that a Chelsea fan? Was
it was a West Ham fan.
I say, fuck off,
Fuck
Alan.
off.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Off you fuck.
there is a story, actually. Len told me this, and I've done a little bit of research, and there seems to be something in it, but allegedly, that a West Ham fan was unfortunately injured, possibly stabbed outside of Stamford Bridge. A guy on Twitter who goes by the name of WHU Charlie. And
Would this be the same WH Charlie that tweeted, I don't
say
really
anything.
want to know anything. I just
Yeah.
like leave it
Just
behind me
I
and
wanna live
forget
Well,
it
if
down,
about
you
and
it.
then
followed it, is it? Well, I did ask the club, and they didn't want to talk about it. So
Well, nor did
is
Charlie.
Is
No,
it true or
yeah.
not? Well,
Well,
that's not true because he said.
how about this?
Go on.
Let him, if he wants to, say what he's got to say on Twitter,
Yeah.
and we talk about something else. Because the kid obviously said, "I want to move on. I don't
Okay.
want to
All right.
discuss
Fair
it."
enough. I wasn't aware of that. If that's...
Because now you've retired from Claret and you obviously don't need to. I know it's still in you, Sean. I know that urge to make a story and sensationalise it is still burning inside you.
Sensationalise it.
But just when the
Are
kid
you
says,
saying it didn't happen then?
no, I'm saying the kid wants to let it lie, so let it lie.
Okay. All right.
If the kid wants to put it on Twitter, I got stabbed in the arse by some bloody rent boy, and we can all go, missus, and all that, then we can talk about it.
Oh, you seem to know more than I know.
No,
Well, we don't know anything,
all
that's
I
the whole
know is,
point.
Sean, is the kid said I don't want to
All right,
talk
well,
about it.
let's move on. At the moment, tickets are being sold for Germany. I'm hoping there's some left by the time it gets to me. I've got quite a few points,
No,
but not
it's
as
not.
many as 70.
No, you ain't getting nowhere near you.
I have a flight.
You'll find your way.
I have a flight. I have a hotel. I'm ready to go. I've booked the time off. What I got told today, and look,
Got
I
your
don't
stab
know if
vest?
it's true or not, but I've been told that, and again, it was on social media, so it might not be true, that bondholders were allowed to buy 2 away tickets. Now, if that's true, that's not really that fair. I don't know why bondholders will get 2 tickets, but I was told it by more than one.
Oh, Sean, are we going to talk about fair or not?
I don't know, are we?
Oh, I don't think we should go there.
All right, okay.
I don't think you should complain.
Oh,
I don't, I just think you should not complain.
okay, all right, let's move on.
Thank you very
Anyway,
much.
we are all going on. Well, we're not all going on Thursday night because Len didn't buy his ticket.
No, I don't want to go. It's going to be mayhem there.
Oh, look, it was awful. I did bump into the chief operating officer in Stamford Bridge, a chap called Ben, who Nigel and myself know, and he said, look,
Well, yeah, man.
be here
Better
for long.
than with.
he is a Geordie, and he did say, look, we're bringing extra security, we're bringing in extra police, the German police coming over, because
All too late, Benny boy.
well, look,
All
George is coming.
too late.
The good news is, not only did I remember to get my tickets, my season tickets for I managed, and I didn't manage myself, but lucky enough, someone who was on the website used my reference number to get a ticket for John and George. So John and George are coming on Thursday, yay! And also my cousin Gary, who was a season ticket with us all, and his son Alfie. I got 2 tickets from one of my other season ticket holders called Big Keith, who listens to this, and he got 2 tickets to them. So I'm really glad that we've got, some really staunch fans who are coming to the game, and John and George gets to go.
What, real fans?
Real fans, yeah.
Oh, there'll be plenty of staunch
And
fans
you've
there.
got one, haven't you? You're going to mention you've got one for your
No,
nephew as
I'm not
well?
going to mention it.
All right, okay, fair enough. You're not going to say who you got your ticket from.
No, I've got my ticket, thanks. I'm all right.
All right,
I've got a season ticket, haven't I?
All right, fair enough. All right. Anyway, we're all going. We're all looking forward to it. We're in the bloody semi-final. Do you think there'll be trouble there?
Yes.
Well, says the person who didn't buy their ticket.
That's why I didn't buy my ticket.
Really?
Yeah.
They said
There's
that
going
there
to
would
be
trouble
massive.
at
There's going to
Seville.
be loads of trouble. And do you know who's caused the trouble? The ticketing office.
Why?
Well, 'cause you know why. You know why. What I said about the digital ticket department
Nigel's
at the start of the season.
I've been teeing Nigel up to say something.
Go on, Nigel.
Sorry, I was reading something else. What was you saying?
I was teeing you up to talk about what the German said.
Ah, yes. That's why I was looking at my phone before I got sidetracked by Twitter. So, keep waffle, Sean, or whatever you call it. Phil.
Well, I could mention
air.
what you told me earlier, which is
No,
Kieran
so-
Maguire from Price of Football mentioned what some excellent articles I've written on.
Well, actually, he didn't
stadium
name you.
finances.
He
Yeah, but
just-
I write them, so indirectly.
So, yeah.
You're going to regret. You know, I write an article about this now. You've told me about it.
Well, do you know what? And the thing is, and this is the thing I've been waiting for you to think, you obviously don't listen to Price of Football anymore. And that's why I thought I'd question you, like, did you listen to that interview with Barry Earn? You're like, no. I was like, oh, well, there you go. And then
Right,
Sean thought
also
Barry
a
Earn
friend
had been
of mine.
praising Sean, but actually,
Barry
no.
Earn is a very good. Or when I interviewed him,
He's not. Don't do a moose. He's not your friend. You met him once
my
for an
friend.
interview.
He's not my friend. I went to his office and managed to get him to hold up a West Ham scarf, but he was. He remembered me, George. I promise you.
Was it an half and half scarf, Sean?
It wasn't.
No. Oh, right.
It's a bit unfair for you to talk about that as well.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Sorry. I was only curious. I mean, the listeners don't know what I'm talking about.
No,
I mean,
they don't. They
you
don't.
know, why
I
would
would
you
never
buy
buy
half and half
No,
scarves?
of course I wouldn't.
You
Did he?
wouldn't. Sorry.
No, I'm gonna have to tell a story now because right. Story.
Throw me under a bus, son. Yeah,
Right.
there's a big one coming your way.
My mother, I support West Ham. Obviously, my
Sylvia,
brother
innit?
supports Sylvia.
Yeah.
Supports
Hello, Sylvia.
Hi, she doesn't listen.
Oh, right.
So she supports West Ham and Chelsea. So I thought, oh, wouldn't it be nice after the game, because I wouldn't carry one in the beginning, to buy half and half scarf for her. So she's got one saying half Chelsea. Probably the way half and half scarves should be used. So I go outside, and this is way after the game's finished. And this guy, and I went, how much? And he went, 20 quid. I went, you're having a laugh. He went, 15. I said, no. He said, lowest I could go is a tenner. I said, no, forget it, mate. I'm only paying a fiver. So I walked off, and he went, all right, have it for a fiver. And
Because
then
he could
he went,
smell the Chateau Neuf de Pep on your breath.
and
That's
then
why.
he went, I'll give you another 2 for another 5. I went, what would I need 3 half and half scarves for?
You could have sold them with the programme, Sean.
I mean, it just shows you what they must buy them for. If they can afford to send them for a fiver an hour after the game's finished, or an hour and a half after the game's finished, they probably just throw them away, don't they?
Top whack there a couple of... Well, when they put the dates on them, and this is the
Yeah,
one
they put
thing
the
I've
dates
always
on them as
found,
well.
I've always found a bit strange, is when they put the dates on them, you're restricting your sales to that day, really, aren't you?
Yeah. So,
Anyway, what's the German ticket news?
yeah. Well, I was
So,
waffling, so
Well, it's
he
not
could-
German ticket news. So,
Well, I think we all know what it is. The untold news that the tickets would be sold
no,
multiple times
no.
to
This
German
is
people.
this is Eintracht Frankfurt's people ramping up the rhetoric. So Peter Fisher,
Ramping up the rhetoric.
do you like that?
It was very good. You
There
should
you
work
go.
for a
I've been
tabloid
doing-
newspaper.
I'm
I've been
surprised you
taking
know
like
what
grammar
rhetoric
lessons.
is.
So Ian will be pleased with that. Ian, don't we like ramping up the rhetoric? It's
Do
like
you know
a
what
cool
the
thing.
definition of rhetoric is, Nigel?
It's someone that like rhetoric is like when I go yeah, like talking like and really having a go at people.
Anyway, what is this German story?
So anyway, before old Dictionary Corner butted in, or Dick Corner, so Peter Fischer is the president of Eintracht Frankfurt, and he was interviewed on German TV, and he said they've had some very bad experiences with English football, Chelsea. So many of our people were thrown out of their ground, including VIPs and people in corporate, if they wore a scarf and were not in the official, he's called it guest end, but it's the away end. Everyone who wore Frankfurt ties or cheered for us was thrown out. This is English football, which believes to have invented fair play, but this is the biggest something, and I'm ashamed of it. I'm ashamed of football, that in these days you are threatened. Anyone we catch anywhere in the ground who reveals himself as a Frankfurt fan, ain't in the official away end, will kick out. This will only motivate our fans. And meanwhile, it said amongst our fans, they wanted Brexit, they wanted to get out of Europe, then they should also get out of the Europa League and play their matches somewhere between Alaska and the Nordmeer.
This could turn very dark
Yeah.
on Thursday.
When questioned
Well,
on the fear
it
of fan
will.
clashes, right? Get this, on the fear of fan clashes, After the Seville incidents, we know how hard English fans and hooligans are, but our boys also stand firm and don't run away. It won't be like Barcelona, but there'll be enough of our fans there and they will try again to turn their stadium into a Frankfurt home game.
They will. And you know what?
There you go, people.
It's fertile land with the digital ticket that can happen. Look, I'd said earlier in the season, Sean, and you didn't want to make a story of it, that 3 Liverpool fans got in on 1 ticket. Let me give you a scenario, right? So, let's say someone like you gets a digital ticket for someone as a guest. Well, let's not use you. Let's say someone who is previously a plus two season ticket holder gets 2 tickets for a guest. They put their tickets on the market and they sell them to a German. Nothing to do with them. They support Chelsea. Then they thought to themselves, hang on a minute, I regret buying that ticket now. I'm going to go in. They get there early. They get in. No, the German gets in first. Then the real ticket holder gets to the turnstile and says, this is my ticket, I can prove it.
Well, they get banned then. If they're found and it's looked
What, they're going to
back-
go in and collar the guy who's already got in? They've got no way of finding him.
When they find a German, they eject him, and they find that 2 people
It's
came
all
on
too
the
late. You're
ticket.
So they
Fucking-
fine a German and they eject him. What about, now we know German West Ham fans that are coming over for the game.
Well,
And
do you
they
know
won't
what?
even be in the right
I
seat.
wouldn't
It's not
be-
going to
I
happen,
wouldn't
Sean.
be talking with any German accents on Thursday. No
Well,
matter where
they're
you're
German. What are they supposed to do about it?
Yeah.
This is. Do you know what, right, Sean?
Go on.
They've made their bed, and I'm going to sit there
Oh.
watching the pickle on BT Sport, enjoying it.
This is a semi-final. I can't believe you. Anyway,
It's
let's-
going to be right. This is
Well,
my
let's
last
see.
word on it.
Go on.
It's going to get dark on Thursday at the turnstiles.
We're starting now.
That's
It's
my
just
last word.
rained. I mean, after
No,
blue skies this
Right?
morning, a little
No,
shower
you
came over.
made the half of it. You make a joke of it. That's my prediction.
All right. We'll see. I don't think we're going to get stabbed. You worried about getting stabbed, George, on Thursday?
And no one said anything about being stabbed. That was Chelsea.
Oh, it's not. You're not allowed to talk.
Tell you what, though,
Breaking news.
Go on.
Twitter's been
Twitter
sold.
has been sold 44 billion. Well,
Oh.
they've agreed to the 44 billion takeover by Elon Musk, but it's got to go to the shareholders to vote.
Wouldn't it be funny if you bought it and shut it down?
I
How
like.
about,
I'm-
how about that for a gift to humanity?
Elon Musk is probably
He's an
my
incredible
biggest
man.
influence and hero. Used to be Steve Jobs, and but Elon Musk is immense, and his whole outlook in life and the way he looks at things, in whether it be SpaceX, Tesla, the Boring Company, it's just incredible, and I'm sure he will make a success of Twitter as well.
It's not an
Good.
Elon Musk podcast, Sean.
Huh?
Ah,
Sorry.
It's not an Elon Musk podcast.
Oh no, I
You-
wish
you-
it would be.
you
I
just
tell you
start
what.
the Elon Musk fan club.
Oh, I'd love to run I'd love to meet him. Anyway, we move on. Anything else to say before we go to question time?
So Elon Musk sounds like some dodgy aftershave from the 1970s, doesn't
get
it?
down
He's a
Roman
Musk.
Road.
He's a
Yeah.
South African. Do you know
Was
that?
it? No.
No, I
He is.
didn't actually.
He is a South African, born in South Africa, and now a US citizen. Lives in Texas, like our mate. John.
talk like you want to call like a South African.
He's he's on the spectrum as well.
I never met a nice South African.
We're not spitting image.
Surprising me.
Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
I always sing it to my South African friends.
Oh, yeah. You know how to make yourself popular. Then.
Yeah, I know. Are we ready for this?
No. No. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. I sent you a text. No.
Oh, what was the text?
Well, fucking read it then.
Read it out loud, Sean.
Dodsey sent an away day, so do that next. No, hang on a minute.
So Dodsy's, it's not Dodsy's podcast.
No, but I told you.
Was there a away day? I've done my away day. Maybe I should do the away day. I didn't do away day ramble.
Yeah, but he won't fill it up with food.
Oh, do you know what? When I get it ready, you don't have it.
Well,
And-
hold up. The last time you did it, we didn't even have an away day.
Yeah, we did.
I think it's on the website, isn't it, Nigel? Wouldn't it be
Yeah,
better
that's
if you
what you
sent
usually
people
say.
to watch it?
No,
Leave it on there?
not yet. It's not. No. Dodds' away day roundup.
Dodds' away day ramble.
Roundup.
Ramble.
Roundup.
Ramble. Go.
Roundup.
Ramble.
Roundup.
Ramble.
Roundup. Dodds' away day roundup. He says a roundup. This is what he said. Dodds' away day roundup. All right, my handsomes, how yous doing? Easy train journey from Poulton to Paddington with my favourite company, Mr. Sam Miguel. All 10 of them. And he shared between 2 of us, though. So it made the journey go quick, but luckily we had use of the toilets as well. I'm not being funny. When I see people use a toilet on a train, I always think, really? Not for me. I don't use public toilets anyway, but definitely not on a train. But anyway,
Oh, it's
I
good
digest.
fun trying to keep it in
Gotta
the
go, you gotta
target.
no.
And
Yeah.
sometimes they don't lock, so if you press the door,
That's
We had hours of
even
fun doing
more
that.
we've done
fun.
that, haven't we, George?
Yeah. No. I don't even jimmy at work. I hold it till I get home, and
That's
13
just
hours.
Away day ramble.
Yeah. So anyway, he gets to Paddington, and it's a short tube journey, no problems there, on the District Line to Earl's Court, where we meet the multitude of West Ham fans, and of course 20 right vans accompanied by the old Bill. Got refused entry to the Green King pub outside Earl's Court, as the pub was full, but it only took 5 minutes of gentle persuasion to allow us in, and as usual, more drinks were consumed. 1 o'clock, it's time to walk towards Chelsea's ground, a 15-minute pleasant walk from Earl's Court, with a couple of cans of beer to help us on the journey. I mean, he will need a toilet, won't he, after all this? Entry to the ground, normal searches, and you can see the impact of restrictions due to the Ukraine wars. The ground was empty 20 minutes before kick-off. He had a great seat, 4 rows back, 3 seats away from the own end. Left me shocked to see thousands of empty seats right next to us, which was really bizarre. During the game, great songs were sung. Probably the best was Just Like the Old Days, There's Nobody Here. There's nobody here, there's nobody here, just like the old days, there's nobody here. Yep. A couple of renditions of the song that is banned, the Alonso one, people, we did do it earlier, but can get you into trouble. I thought I'm not joining in because I don't want to get banned and not be able to give Nigel my away day report.
I spoke to Dodsey as well. I waved to him from the halfway line. Yeah.
Hello, surf. And of course, the rendition of Que Sera, Sera, whatever will be, we're going to Germany. Que Sera, Sera. Was sang loud and proud. The penalty miss sent us wild with
Yeah, it was
scenes.
like a celebration.
Similar to Leon away when
like
the
a
third goal went
celebration.
in. Then the disappointment when they scored a last-minute winner. He was saying, everyone around me was saying how well we played, considering the team we put out, which was greeted as the right decision. He finishes as normal. The scuffles and fights broke out on the way to Fulham Broadway. Well, that's tradition, isn't it, Dodds?
Yeah.
And the normal pack them in as much as you can on the train, so as head back to Earl's Court and on the way to Paddington for the trip home. Talking to the old Bill, they believe no more than 5,000 German fans will be there Thursday. It's probably your mate, Sean Andy.
I'm
but
sure.
Doddsy disagrees and think there'll be 10,000.
20,000.
All in all,
He does like to have a little chinwag with old Sheldon.
yeah. All in all, a good day. It'll
Toffee
keep
fan.
your enemies close, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, you know why I like you. All in a good day. Spoiled by the game, and as always, let it.
Radio.
Yeah, you go.
If you like me, why did you, when I posted a picture of Stamford Bridge, you wrote corporate wanker on Twitter?
Play into the crowd.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Anyway, time for this.
A few people joined in.
Yeah, I know.
And we got no news. Can I not do my news?
Yeah, what about the
Oh, come
West Ham midfielders?
on.
Go on,
What?
what's the news?
What's the news?
Every time I think we're getting there.
What's the news?
Well, someone was late putting a question up, George, so just let a few more.
No, no,
That's
no.
what I'm saying,
no,
hurry
no,
up.
No, no.
Quick.
No, there was only 3 people there. You
fine.
can't do
Excellent.
That's fine.
No, no,
I've
no,
got
no,
a sick
no.
child in the house.
No,
Come
no,
on.
no. So coming up on the 13th of May, there is another Hammers Legends show at the Russ Club in Romford. So, starring that night, it's hosted. There's no Tony Gale this time. Or is he there, Len?
No, it's Waldy.
So it's Mark Wald as your
Oh,
host.
my friend.
With
Shall I go?
yeah, you do that, Sean. With who else is there? Trevor Sinclair, who I've never seen at one of these. Matthew Everington and Stuart Slater. So it's Hammers midfielders.
And Russ Budden.
Tickets are from 20 quid, and if you check out E13 Events.
Lots of tickets still available.
Who, frankly, if you text them, I'll
Even
give
more
you the
than
number.
Russ is turning up.
07958 472 847. Tell him Nigel sent you, and he'll text you back who.
Yeah.
Because this is a non-paid for advertisement. I did it out of the goodness of my heart because these are a cracking night out, people.
Yeah.
Yeah. You coming, Nigel?
I'll think about it. Yeah. Oh, go on then. Can I just say that coming up this week on 6'2", we've got a couple of cracking Eintracht Frankfurt stories, and also we're commemorating the 40th anniversary of the Battle of Highbury. And if you know what happened at the Battle of Highbury, I've got a few things to take because I was there that day.
Question time. Yeah.
Right.
It's Facebook Twitter question time.
Time.
Where we ask you, the listeners, to get in touch with us, the podcast.
Podcast.
Right.
Go on, Nigel.
Right.
Cheese.
So,
Do
let's
your
start
thing.
on Twitter.
Jeez. Oh, jeez.
Today, it's old Ian Gravitt. He says, so what's the chances of Zuma coming back for the Arsenal game?
Oh.
Or before? Will we be
Just
giving
say that.
Elise a run out
Oh.
now with no central defenders or Crow?
Well, funny you should ask that because,
Yeah.
I don't know what I can say, but let's just say he's.
Could I just say I wouldn't talk with that accent on Thursday night. They might throw you out, Sean.
All right. So, my understanding is he has returned early to training. It's too early to say when he could return, but there might be a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. But it's welcome news that Zuma may be back to kick a ball.
Oh, thanks for
So
that.
watch this space.
What's this space, people? As it's Ian, and I do like Ian, he also then says, evening gents, he says, Lukaku had older Dawson's shirt to start, was losing the battle, stayed up to get just outside the area, but once again, we get the VAR decision against us.
Biased.
Would we have had that decision at their ground?
No.
So basically, if up the other end, do you think he'd have given a penalty?
No.
No. I don't
No way,
think so.
Jose.
No way.
No.
No way. No.
My WHUFC
Nine.
on Twitter
That's you.
says, Sean, anything to add to the Declan Rice contracts that broke this week or last
Well,
week?
I understand that
Yeah.
Fabrizi, is it Fabrice?
Fabrizio
Romano.
Fabrice, the
Fabianski,
well-known,
our goalkeeper.
Fabrice, the well-known
Fabrice Muamba.
spray that you put on your clothes or soft
That's
furnishings.
Fabrice.
Febreze. Yeah.
Febreze.
Well, it's
sorry,
near enough,
Febreze.
actually. That's quite good with you.
Hand exclusive. That apparently, according to what's his name again?
Febreze. Let's stick with
Febreze.
Febreze.
Rupert.
Had an exclusive that Declan Rice had been offered a £200,000 a week
Exclusive.
contract.
That's what he claimed.
That's what he claimed.
Yeah, he did claim that.
Exclusive. And my understanding is that, according to Nigel, because I haven't actually watched it, that David Moyes went out his way today or yesterday to deny it.
Deny it.
I've heard it somewhere from before. What he said was, I've heard it somewhere before, but I can't quite put my thing. Was it Price of Football? Was it?
No, I think it was more than just a podcast
Oh,
last week,
that's
Sean.
it. Yes, we
More than just
mentioned
a
it last week.
podcast.
I'm glad.
Did you listen, George? So you don't know, do you?
I was here. I
You
just
was
left
here.
early because you went on for
Oh, right. Yeah.
half an hour on question time.
We did discuss that in normal time.
All right.
But it shows you only 8
you
people
listen?
do listen. Because the whole world, after Febreze mentioned this, it was in the Guardian and the Evening Standard, Sky News were talking about it. But the 8 people, thank you for our 8 listeners, by the way, because you didn't tell anyone else, so no one else. It was our secret. And why Febreze got to say it was an exclusive on Thursday, 4 days later.
To be fair, when Febreze tweeted it out, a few people on Twitter went, "Yeah, we knew that Monday, mate, from more than just the podcast."
Did they?
Yes. So a few people did pay attention. I just thought it was funny if people don't know. David Moyes was asked about Declan Rice's contract, turning it down and everything else. And Moyes asked who the journalist that broke it. And another journalist then said it was Fabrizio Romano.
If they said it was Whetstone, he would have gone, oh,
no,
yeah.
He'd gone, who? Shill.
He did make a mockery of it not being the local boy, so it could have been you, Sean.
Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, it could have been. But when it was pointed out that Fabrizio Romano is a
Who's
Italian...
Fabrizio Romano?
Yeah, he's an Italian
Febreze.
journalist.
Right, okay.
Yeah. But, boys went, local then. What does he know?
Being economical with the truth.
All right. But then
Although-
Moyes did say
Go
that Declan's got 3.5 years left, Sean. Perhaps you
So-
should explain that to the people.
So he's not lying, right? So there is an option. But my understanding is people see it different ways. The club see it as he's got an option which they can unilaterally enforce. Declan and his father, Sean, I don't think see it the same way. So we'll see who's right. Hopefully it won't go to... Look, I always say something. It doesn't matter. And I've also heard someone, after I said it last week, go, Declan's side say something else. They haven't had a gentleman's agreement and he didn't agree to stay to a year. But, right, here's what the thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you've got a contract. It doesn't matter if you've got a gentleman's agreement. Until someone puts an offer on the table, it means nothing. Contracts mean nothing. Gentlemen's agreements mean nothing. If he wants to leave, he will leave, right? That's the way it is. Yes, there's been exception with Rooney where they made him sit on his hands for a season. But in reality, West Ham are not going to do it. If a big offer comes in, I'm not sure what you can do.
You can leave.
I heard another story. Can I tell you the news story? This is breaking news. This is this week's exclusive.
No, this is Facebook, Twitter question time.
Yeah,
Time,
I
time,
forgot the
time,
exclusive though. There's an exclusive.
come
for
on
this
then.
week.
Come on.
So
Come listen to your
Febreze.
free
Oh, you're
exclusive.
listening for Breeze. Are
'Cause
you ready for
Fabio
an
listen.
exclusive?
Go on, son.
Declan Rice will sign the new contract, right? As long as it's got a release clause in it. So Declan Rice, my understanding, a new source talking today, Declan Rice will sign a new contract with West Ham, get an increased bonus, etc., on the condition there is a release clause in the contract.
And what is the release clause?
My understanding is, and I can't tell you where this has come from, but it's not seen this what's coming. £100 million. A £100 million
There you
release
go,
clause.
listeners.
There you go.
Double exclusive tonight.
Double
you heard it here
exclusive.
first.
There you go.
First of all, there's going to be Dark Trouble on Thursday night. And then
Dark trouble.
Dark trouble.
and then Declan's got to have a release clause. Both of it. You heard it here first.
There you go. Febreze, you can release it on
time.
Thursday as a exclusive, whatever you do.
Yeah.
Trouble in the stands on Thursday. Oh, it's going to be murder. Especially block 132. Oh, you never see nothing like it. Anyway. Next question.
It's Scott, old Wes Ham, on Twitter. He says, I keep missing the questions.
Great
but I've
question,
got
this.
one for tonight. And he said, I thank Canning Town Len in advance for getting the pod a mature rating.
You're welcome.
He then says, hold up, I should have read this for fucking...
I'll read it.
Hold up. We're getting complaints. Why are Chelsea such massive cowards?
See you next Tuesdays.
Yeah, see you next Tuesdays. Why are they? Any comment?
The fans or the players?
He just says Chelsea as a whole. Oh, sorry. Hashtag Brady out.
Brady out. I'm dying.
I think George would disagree with that because,
No, sometimes.
you talking about? I hope you're not talking about your father-in-law.
It's alright, he don't listen.
I'll send him a link.
Oh
with,
dear.
with the program.
Yeah,
Come on,
with the
we all know
programme,
some more.
yeah.
Time.
Chelsea
Yeah, all right, we're cracking on. Yeah, oh dear. Next up is Dan 31 60 43 44H.
Always a good
Are we
question.
still on
from
Twitter?
Dan.
Oh
So-
my god.
Why hasn't the senior source been any of the away European fixtures? Can't afford to travel like Everton League Cup game a few years back.
Hang on a minute.
I thought he'd
that was
be
fantastic.
revelling in it.
I'll never
Brady
forget
out.
that.
Brady
What are you
out.
talking about? He was at Leon.
Oh, the
Was
senior
he?
source.
Oh, no, who is the senior source? Sorry.
Time.
No. Move on.
Desperate to go abroad, Sean.
Yeah. We know who the senior source is.
No, I don't know who the senior source is.
Yeah,
Um,
give me that.
He's I'll tell you, I'll give you a clue.
4'2"
His
eyes of blue.
first name is like a TV channel that you can find on Sky or Virgin that does supposedly funny shows.
Some of
And
them
his second name was a 1970s Australian soap opera that I used to watch at
I used to
lunchtime.
watch that. That was
when
good.
Mrs.
They were
Mangle
Anzacs,
was in
weren't
it.
they? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good, that.
It was. I used
Did
to
he
like
not?
it.
I'm sure someone told me, maybe it was one of yous twos, that he flew James Corden over on his private jet to Leon.
No, that was not me. I did not know that. Is that right?
That is well cringy if that is true.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Oh,
Well,
it's another exclusive.
I would have thought James Corden could afford his own private jet without having to get into Sullivan's. Sorry, the secret source. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't public information.
No.
We'll
Oh,
say
well.
again, just to be sure.
No.
See, a normal person would be able to cut that out, but you're
Nah,
normal.
he
'cause
ain't
you,
got-
you don't
he ain't got
bother
the
with any
inclination
editing
or
or,
that.
anything else.
Time.
So, yeah,
Time.
We're waffling. I think I've listen. If you're late to Facebook, don't blame me. I've done my best. I've dragged it out as long as possible. Right now, let's
Blame
go.
me.
to
It's fine.
Facebook.
I'll take the blame.
Free exclusive. Declan release clause. Sullivan threw over the fat geezer.
Dark trouble.
And Dark Troubles on Thursday.
Dark troubles.
And
Dark.
by the way, just to be clear, James Corden is not fat, and he's an ambassador for Weight Watchers or WW.
Oh, sorry. Would you like me to tell you how they pick their ambassadors for Weight Watchers?
Go
then?
on, yeah.
Well, they pay them, and they don't go on Weight Watchers. Oh, I should not say this.
Oh, be careful.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Probably
alright,
should
Sean,
move
edit it
on,
out.
but you know, all the glitters is not gold. They make sure they lose the weight first, then they become ambassadors for lots of money.
Time.
I could tell you a thing about that geezer on the MasterChef. I told you when we was at a photo shoot, geezer's got no pants on, right? He changes his trousers in front of the girl there. Oh,
Which one? Greg
fucking
Wallace?
yeah,
Yeah.
fucking chaos.
surprised me. Print it.
fucking chaos. Anyway, that's 4 fucking exclusives. We're rolling on it.
It's 5, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we've counted each bollock. Yeah.
No, you got your MasterChef, you got your Weight Watchers,
Oh yeah.
you got your Declan Rice.
Declan Rice, Dark Times for Thursday,
Dark
and
Dark
Troubles.
Troubles. Dark Troubles.
and release clause.
Yeah. there
You're gonna have to
go.
call this exclusive.
Oh yeah, or Dark Troubles.
Exclusives galore.
That's the name of the show.
That's the name of the show.
Exclusives.
Exclusives galore.
Galore. He's not even listening. Look. He's not even there. Look.
No, it's not.
Dark Troubles.
He's
He's on.
too
He's on.
busy,
He's
isn't he?
looking up his
Oh,
Twitter shares.
he's probably
I'm
Yeah.
retired,
Netflix.
you know. I don't write for Claret and Hugh.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Sean,
I've
how
got
many shares you got in Twitter?
I haven't got any shares in Twitter. I've got shares in other things, but not Twitter.
Capitalist pig. Anyway, Dave Jones, old
Don't
Ziggy
make
Stardust.
any money, you know. Twitter loses money.
It will
Says,
do now though. If you got shares, you.
Well, he reckons he's going to shut all the fake accounts down, Sean. So you're in trouble. That's 4 of yours gone.
I've just got
That-
a family thing to sort out. It'll be 1 minute, right?
Oh, right. Shall I wait?
No, carry on.
Carry on.
Carry on, please.
Davy Jones says, evening all. Another
Evening.
bit of bad
Hello,
luck in
Dave.
another winnable game with piss poor decisions but a good performance. Dave agrees with me. Dawson, man of the match despite the red card. Hindsight's a great thing, but perhaps he should have just let Lukaku get his shot away. Odds on he'd have missed it anyway. Very true. Question, how many of our current squad do you think will be registered for the start of the 22-23 season, regardless of winning the Europa League? Brady out.
Brady out.
So just got a number. So 25-man squad. Well, I think we've only got a 24-man squad, actually. How many of those do you think? How many? Easy thing is, how many players are you getting rid of? George, how many? You don't have to list them. How many are you getting rid of?
4.
4. Any higher, Len? Higher, low.
5. A little smidgen higher than 5.
All right. I'll go for 6. I
Oh,
think we could have a few clear the decks. Clear the decks.
Oh.
Did you like that? All right, my handsomes, how you doing? Oh, we've done that. After watching the crap penalty on Sunday, who out of the following do you believe it was or is our best penalty taker and why? I'll do the questions. How many points do you think we'll get now? I reckon 7 with a 7th place finish. And who do you want to come up from the championship with? Fulham. And, well, so he's gone for Luton and Forest. Doddsy, I don't want to break it to you. Bournemouth will be going up, mate. They may only be 3 points above the playoffs, but they've got 3 games in hand as well. So it'll be Fulham and Bournemouth and then one other. So, George, who do you want to come up? Luton or Forest? Or pick another team. So do you know who's in the playoffs? I can tell you.
Luton, Forest, Millwall out of it now?
No, they're only a point outside.
I'll go for Forest.
All right,
I've
okay.
got a feeling
I'd
about
quite like to
Forest.
see Forest in the Premier League.
Yeah,
So are
Not
they
seen them in my
Luton?
time.
So you got
Forest?
Luton, Forest.
Yeah.
I think Blackburn, and at the moment Sheffield United. Blackburn maybe just out of it. It changes every day. Sheffield United,
Huddersfield, Forest,
that's
Luton,
it.
Sheffield United.
But then if you look, you got Millwall a point behind.
They're 3 points now.
3 points.
Millwall and
Middlesbrough are
Blackburn.
3 points behind, but with a game in hand. But Middlesbrough can't win a game at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting. Who's going to? I'd like to see Luton because there's a few
I
ex-Hammers
hope it's
there.
not. I hope it's not Fulham, Bournemouth, and Huddersfield, or Fulham, Bournemouth, and Sheffield United. I like it when teams
Want to
haven't
see
been in
someone
there for a
fresh,
while.
do you?
Yeah. Either Luton
Oh,
or
imagine Millwall back in at London Stadium.
Oh,
dark,
dark
episodes.
troubles.
Dear, oh dear.
Dark troubles they'll be.
I
dark
don't- and
trouble.
this is the thing. As much as I do enjoy a West Ham Millwall game, I like it them being down there. I mean, frankly, I'd prefer them to be relegated further. No disrespect, but it's Millwall, yeah. I
Plenty
don't.
of disrespect, really.
So I'd rather only play them in cup games. Don't really want them in the top flight. So we don't want Millwall up. So for me, Luton, but Forest, I have a soft spot with Forest because growing up as a kid,
yeah.
you know, I could
times
rattle
that,
their
weren't it,
team off.
watching that?
Yeah, you know, I
Yeah.
could rattle their. They won the league.
Robertson was a great player.
Yeah, the year we got relegated, wasn't it? They won the league. And then they won the European Cup 79,
Back to back.
80, won the League Cup twice,
Yeah.
lost it a couple of times as well.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, so, you know, Forest and Cloughie were I mean, there was a great thing that I think Cloughie took over Forest in 75.
What the hell are we talking about Clough for?
Because Dodsy's asked a question. Shut up.
About
yeah.
Brian Clough.
No, about Nottingham Forest coming up.
Jesus, it's a West Ham podcast.
Don't interrupt. Now you're dragging it out longer. George has got to get his dinner, and I'm still going to tell
And
my
I've got to
story.
pick up the missus from the train
Dry
station.
cleaners. I was what make a walk, dear oh dear. Get an Uber or a black cab actually. Tell her that. So anyway, so if you look at what Forest did, what is the greatest sporting achievement? It's a big discussion. Was it Leicester winning the Premier League? Was that the greatest footballing achievement? Or how about Nottingham Forest getting promoted out of Division 2, winning the league title, then winning the European Cup twice?
Yeah.
So when you compare it, when you look at Forest, where they came from, what they did and where they went back to, I think actually Nottingham Forest in the late 70s is the greatest football,
Would it be
achievement
quicker if
ever.
we just agree?
Yeah, agreed.
Agreed.
Oh, well.
Time.
Time.
Who's the coming in, dickhead? Then who's the best West Ham penalty taker? Noble, Stewart, or Dix?
Stuart.
Ray Stewart. Okay. Not Julian.
I'll go Dix.
Okay.
I love Dix.
I'm going.
That was easy.
They're all great, aren't they? I'm going out of. Oh, do you know I can't answer? I think they're all.
No, Julian. Ray Stewart was. It's on.
How many penalties did Ray Stewart miss?
Not many.
Not many.
I think
Double
it was
figures
4
or
or
single
No,
five,
no,
figures?
no. It was single figures.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if I said 10?
I would say you're mistaken.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what.
You read Wikipedia too much. That's what I would say.
No, I don't read Wikipedia. Ray Stewart took 86 penalties and scored 76. So by my reckoning, he missed 10.
Well, he did get. He says 4 or 5 of them he got back in on the rebound.
Well, oh
Which,
yeah. All right.
you know,
No,
doesn't
actually, he
he?
did get a few. So right, who's got the best percentage-wise for scoring
Noble's
penalties?
got the best percentage-wise.
Oh, there's one.
Well, it depends. If someone's only taken one penalty and
So
scored
all right.
it,
So
then-
penalty takers that took more than 10 penalties.
Oh, okay.
There's only
So there'll be
9
one of
players that have taken more than 10 penalties for West
Stuart
Ham.
Pearce. I bet he's got a good record.
No, he's not took more than 10. So we got.
10,
I've given you
more than
the
10.
9 players. We got
Tony
Stuart,
Cotty.
Dix, Noble, Jeff Hurst, Johnny Byrne, John Bond, DiCanio, Harry Upart, or Marlon Airwood. Only
Oh,
them.
Billy Bonds.
No, didn't take 10 penalties.
Stuart Dix Noble.
Stuart, Dix, Noble. Yeah.
Bond.
Then Hursty, Byrne, Bond. So
Ray Stewart
actually,
says he only missed
Just
5.
tell us the answer. We're only going to guess it. We don't
all
know.
right. Paolo DiCanio
Time.
took
Oh,
12, missed
Ray
1.
Stewart says he only missed 5, so some of the other 5 must have gone in on the rebound.
Well,
or
look.
something.
Well, that's the thing. He missed 10 penalties. Julian Dix missed 7. Mark Noble's missed 3. That's actually,
I
this
don't-
is up to 2016, these records.
He's not.
So-
He's missed more than 3.
No,
Not
that's what I'm
Noble.
saying.
Oh,
Jeff
that one
Hurst
against
missed-
fucking Spurs, though. I'll never forget that.
Yeah. So there you
First
go.
day of the season, fucking fannied one wide.
But it just shows you that
We lost.
Ray
He's missed
Stewart,
4
And then
Ray
it
Stewart-
turned off.
in September 2021.
Yeah.
He's missed 4.
So this is up to
42.
2016. But Ray Stewart, he took 76 penalties, and it makes you laugh because Mark Noble's been a West Ham player far longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Don't get
He-
many penalties, do we?
no, he's took 20. Well, he's took according to this, 26.
Time.
Good question.
Yeah, we do need
Dodds.
to move on. We fucking
Yeah.
dilly-dallied.
Yeah, we did. We did dilly dally, but there you go. I thought you'd like that.
Mind you, every exclusive, you know, to cut us some slack. Any more,
Proper.
Sean?
Proper.
Since
What's
you've been
that?
away, family exclusive was there? Was there paternity test or anything? Or?
No, my stepdaughter's got a fever, and
that's what
her
I need
mum
today.
is in London on important business. So I'm trying to do the podcast, make dinners, and make sure
Oh,
she's
we'll
all
crack
right.
on. All right. She all right?
She's all right. Yeah, I've
There you
given
go.
her.
You've done that. Well
I've
done.
given her cowpole and a fever. that
Cowpole?
was-
What is she, 3?
No, she's 12, but she can't swallow tablets, so I have to give her cowpole. She would hate me saying that on the podcast.
Time.
Bellwood Construction Limited says,
Oh.
good evening, Jess. This is great advertising. So check it out, people. I don't know who they are, but they're called Bellwood Construction Limited, even though they didn't put a space between Construction Limited. But we won't go into grammar on Facebook. Good evening, you beauties. How you's doing, he says. Long-time listener, first-time questionnaire, and it's an easy one. Between you, pick your West Ham All-Stars team and manager from all time. Does Deckers get in the team? Keep up the good work. All right,
Yes.
Sean, I'll pick the goalkeeper, so we'll have Phil Parks.
Well done.
Sean, you can pick central defenders. Go.
Obviously Bobby Moore.
Right.
and Rio Ferdinand.
Bobby Moore and Rio Ferdinand. All right. Fucking hell, ask him.
Fucking popular you
There
are.
you go. George, left and right back.
Vladimir Labant. And let's go for the other Vladimir Soufal.
All right.
Crikey.
Yeah.
Sorry, what are we picking?
The
Vlad
two
at the back.
Vlads.
This is our West Ham All-Star team.
All what?
All-Star team. So, Len, hold
Yes.
up. We'll go with it. It's George's picks.
All right.
Len, you get the two centre in midfield.
You see, I'm probably
Well,
going to go Bonds and Brooking, but you know what?
How could you leave Nigel Quasi out?
Time.
Time.
Right, Bonds and Brooking.
Declan might be there. Declan might be there. I might have to make an adjustment with
Yeah, go
pushing
on.
Bonds somewhere else and putting Declan in there now. But definitely Trev.
All right. Anyway, so
So
as
we got-
wingers go, I will go for obviously Devonshire.
Yeah, obviously that one.
has got to be in, and right wing, I'd go Bowen. Shades it, Mark Ward, I think, because he gets more goals.
Luke Chadwick.
And
was
he
good.
snubbed you at the gate.
And well, yeah, he didn't sign my goals. All right, fucking hell. You know, let it go, then, will ya? I've never forgotten it though, bastard. Fucking
Bloody club
call.
call.
Yeah.
So up front then, who's having that?
So up front, so George has one, and then you have one. Then
Me?
Yeah.
Go on then, George.
Don't ask me, because I
You
up
got
front,
say
plenty
something
of.
stupid, won't I?
Well, you got plenty to pick from.
go on then. You got 54 from Dave Sullivan era.
Yeah.
Up front, who you having?
Let's go Robbie Keane.
Robbie Keane made that air shot
Ah.
against Aston Villa. What a
The best thing about that though is they signed him, didn't they? After us, didn't he go there after
I
us?
think he did. Yeah.
If
They've
you're
not
having
learned their
Robbie,
lesson.
if you're having Robbie Keane, then I'm going to have David Cross to knock him down to him. Then.
Yeah, while he knocks them wide. Yeah, Robbie
I'm talking
Keane.
about Robbie Keane when he played for us, not when he
Yeah,
played for
I
anyone
know.
else.
That's what, yeah, oh, Robbie Keane. Do you know what? I found an old video of myself, funny enough, and Colton Cole's on the news thing scoring a couple of goals. One of them was really good. You know, when you think, I never knew he scored goals like that for us. He took it on his chest, tapped
Oh,
it
he was
in
great
for
on the
goal.
floor.
And you think, what a goal, Colton. I had you damn
Well,
wrong.
I
I know
think the
he
goal
got
from
that
the
goal
playoff
against
final.
Wigan.
The goal from the playoff final was properly overlooked, I think.
Do you think, really?
I
his
said
our-
to,
his
I
our
asked him a
first goal.
question. You know, we was at that player event,
Yeah.
and I was backstage with him.
Yeah.
I said to
Roadie,
"Cut."
go on.
Yeah. And I said, and I said, come on, I hope you don't mind me saying, right? And I said, I always thought like you were, you know, a good
bit
player
shit.
on the good player with the ball at your feet. He goes, yeah, and he didn't even let me finish the question. He said, I know. It's sort of like the last 6 years, he was just banging it up to me, banging long balls up. So he thought the same thing, really. He didn't mention Sam Allardyce.
No, but he did
that's
that
where it all
night, didn't he?
fucking,
He, did, he did sort of allude
Yeah,
to the
he
fact
did.
that
No, he did.
he
You're
did
right. I
in the
forgot
talk,
that. Yeah.
in the thing.
Yeah,
where
he
it
did.
was like, who was his favourite player he played with? David D. McKaylee, because McKaylee's like, I feed you, you're the number 9.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was totally unselfish. Of course, that was under Zola. Under his best, you know, he played his best football. Even he said under Zola. So you know,
He
it's
Of course, if you want to hear stuff like this, people, you don't want to hear it second hand from me and Nigel.
no
We go to the event at the Rust Club, May the 8th. No, not the
13th.
13th. I'll get mixed up with my cup final. That is a
Carlos
cup final,
Tevez
isn't it?
Day, May the 13th, I believe. I think that was the
Is
day
it?
he scored against Man United.
Is the UEFA Cup on May the 18th as well?
Ooh, May the 13th. That's the day we lost to Liverpool in the FA Cup final. That's May the 13th. Also, may have been the day we drew 2-2 with Man United, 1-1 to stop them winning the league title.
The final
anyway.
is on the 18th, Len. You're right.
So we had a cup final the 18th, win. We had a player final in the 18th win. No, it wasn't. It was the last day of the Berlin win. And we
Last
got-
day of bowling was May the 10th.
Oh yeah, when was the cup final?
Well, the FA Cup final, 1980, was May the 10th.
Yeah, of course it was. No, ignore me.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculously stupid tonight.
Sorry. Next up.
No, my apologies.
There you go, Bellwood. So, if I'm rightly, quickly, I'll rally it off. We've got Phil Parks in goal, Vad Labant at left back, Vlad Kufal at right back. We got Bobby Moore and Rio in centre back. In midfield, we have Devonshire on the left, Bowen on the right. We've then got Billy Bonds in the middle. You did stick with Billy Bonds, didn't you?
I'll
And
stick
Trevor
with Bill.
Brooking.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a fucking stupid lineup anyway. So
And then up front, we've got David Cross, and finally, the master of goal scorers is Robbie Keane.
yeah.
Did we pick a manager? Should we have Rhoda, or should we just go with Avram?
We've got to go for Avram.
Avram, there
He'll
you go.
fucking change
Avram.
it about. That will probably be his fucking choice.
Yeah, we started 11, wouldn't it?
He'd play Keane
yeah.
as well.
He got the best out of Robbie Keane anyway.
Are we still going?
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So next up, it's old Maid Marion, who's now got a diamond. It says top fan. There you go, people.
Can't
Good to
argue with
see
it.
the Stooge was successful in the ballot for Chelsea tickets. Can we just point out he went on a free jolly corporate? Don't think he paid, do you? Was he successful in the Brighton ballot held later this week? I didn't know the Brighton. Do you know what? I totally forgot about the Brighton game. Oh, he said a quick update on his ongoing issues with the club. You'll be pleased to hear that we've now passed our 6-month anniversary, the first time we contacted club, and he's no nearer a resolution despite meetings and numerous emails. So good that one of the owners' 10-point plan is talking to supporters. Stop texting me while I'm reading. Who knows, maybe the alteration of the West Stand will sort the problem. If the whole lower area becomes a premium seating, how do you think the club will control the influx of people from cheaper areas?
You wait till Thursday, Miriam.
Yeah, an issue they have failed to resolve.
Dark.
People will be packing in that 132 like anything.
Well, he don't go there anymore.
Well, anyway. Next up, it's AI Sean. It's Yorkshire.
Oh, Nick Harvey.
East Riding. Hey up, gentlemen. Brady out.
Brady out.
I'm glad you said that, Sean, because he says, Sean, as much as this will disappoint you, some of us actually enjoy Nigel and Len's rambling. They're an integral
swearing.
part of what makes the podcast enjoyable, so show some respect to your listeners. You said eight
Yeah.
listeners. And Prawn Sandwich, Sean, coming out of Claret and Spew retirement yet again to tell us, you didn't have to say it because I had forgot about this. The
Oh.
credit where credit is
That was
due.
a bad moment.
Oh, my life.
It was a classic headline that went straight to the top of News Now and was the biggest story of the day.
Yeah,
Can I
'cause
just point-
everyone's WhatsApping and you seeing what is seeing next Tuesday's writing now.
Yeah,
I nearly said cunt then.
yeah, careful.
Well, I did send it to, I did send it to the board because it would be rude
Yeah.
not to. And
Yeah, I didn't- and this
it
is
was
the thing.
very appreciated.
It was, but it didn't work anyway, what he was trying to achieve. And also, I will point out why I said you disgust me at times.
Go on.
That's why. Because of garbage like that you write.
It's not. It was all
Oh,
factual.
piss off, Sean. I didn't even read it. I just
See,
it's
that's
garbage.
it. You read the headline. So the headline was, "Bald deliver a bald on verge of delivering pledge." That was the headline.
Why
Read the
did you
headline.
have to do it?
Because
Do you know what it's
true.
like when I see this? Do you remember that Grange Hill sketch when the tubby kid working in the fucking slot machine bar, and he goes in, he says, "Oh, lock up," and he goes in and he sees old Zammo's been at the crack pipe. He goes, "Oh, Zammo, that's like you when you did rights for Claret and you." "Oh, Sean, he's at the crack pipe again. He can't
Are
help
you
himself."
saying they don't credit where credit is due, which was my final line? I was toying between whether to use that as the headline or bald, but it's the hook of bald on verge of delivering pledge, which was the Sun headline.
Sean,
which
why
gave us
didn't
the
you
hook.
just go, can you not give me a ticket for Frankfurt? Why didn't you just write it like what you was after? Why
No,
not just...
don't be ridiculous. What a shocking thing to say. Nigel, how dare you? How very dare you? I do think
Yeah.
credit is
You'd have
due
got more
where-
respect from me if you'd have done that.
Credit due where credit is due.
Yeah.
Credit
God,
where-
Sean.
On Sunday, Sean says, resting Rice, Antonio Bowen was the right decision, but we looked a little short up front. Sean knows how they all feel. Yeah, I still feel we should have come away with something out of the game, but let's not move on. Don't mention the war, he said Frankfurt. That's what he meant. Will the Moiseiah sign a striker in the summer?
Yes.
Capable of
Yes.
displacing Antonio.
And what's his top number exclusive? You ready?
Yeah.
Come on, number
It's not
6.
exclusive,
Oh,
not
it's
exclusive.
Oliver Watkins.
It is Ollie Watkins. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
I
his
like
number,
him.
That's his number one target.
So does Dave.
Guess what Villa said?
No,
Piss
All
off.
right.
They said piss off.
Oh, piss
he
off.
had his chance to buy him. Why didn't he buy him before?
I don't know.
How y'all doing?
But
Oh, we have to
he's got
take
his
his
art.
exclusive away then if you
This
don't
is
know.
Moyes. He gets his art set on players he can't get. But no, Villa do not want to sell Ollie Watkins.
No, of course they don't.
Another top fan, Sean the Doog Dugan. Evening, chaps, he says. Thanks as always for a great past. After listening to Ian's interview with Tony Carr, that Sean did not publicise anywhere.
Yeah,
So
did
well done.
publicise it.
No, he didn't.
On the interview
Yes,
last
it's
week's
at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, but he didn't like tweet the link out or
Oh,
so
yeah, I
he
should have
banged it
done
up
that.
Thursday and just banged it up.
Well,
So
I
people
scheduled.
think-
To be fair, it was even less work than that. I scheduled it when I put it out on Monday night last week. I scheduled it for Thursday, so I forgot all about it. If I'm honest with you.
Perhaps we should talk to Tony.
Thank
Perhaps
you.
I should
Thank
read
you.
his book.
No, I want to thank Ian because Ian, offered.
Yeah, no, it was a brilliant interview. I told him
Um,
that. I think Ian thought I was being a bit sarcastic when I said it was too short, but it was too short. I could have sat. and
Well,
listened
it was
to
only
for
supposed
hours.
to talk for half an hour, and they ended up talking an hour and a half. Look, I haven't actually listened to it myself yet, but I have heard the beginning and the end,
Yeah, because
and
you
I
did
will
it.
listen to it very soon. Sorry, Ian. But I will
Right, so
listen to it
Sean's
very
got a question. So he think I'll go to it. He said, "Who was the youth player you all remembered? Well, maybe not you, Sean, but started well, but then faded away." So Sean picked the love of Ian Dale's life, Matthew Rush. Brilliant goal against Norwich, I think. I always thought it was against Ipswich, but still, Freddie Sears. Debut goal spring to mind. Any other
Yeah, it
youth
does.
players that did well?
There's a few actually, because me and John were talking about this the other night, talking about Luton, because they've got George Moncur and Danny Potts.
Danny Potts still there. I think Moncur's moved on.
Has he gone?
Where did Blair Tugget or whatever his name is go?
Oh, there you go. You didn't know his name.
Blair Turgott.
What? Tony
Turgott.
Blair Turgott.
Yeah.
He went down non-league, I think.
Yeah.
No, he played for someone.
The other one I was talking about with John was Jordan Spence. I always thought he was quite promising.
Yeah. Did he not go to Derby, Jordan Spence?
Don't know what happened to him. Might be worth a Google.
Yeah, Jordan. I remember Jordan Spence broke through. I mean, for me, actually, it was Dan. I thought Dan Potts deserved treated better. Fun enough, it all seems to spin off that the manager at the time was Sam Allardyce.
George Moncur, is that Hull?
Hull, yeah. That's it. I thought he'd left Luton. Luton's got a few of our old boys. They've got
Reece Burke.
Penza.
Who was the one who went to Hull and said he wanted a top 6 place?
But he wasn't a youth player. That was Mo Diarmi.
Yeah, that's it. Mo
Do you remember him,
Diarmi.
Sean, at the the Christmas party?
Yeah, the
SAP?
SAP Christmas party. We got
He-
him to say, "Hello, I am
Yeah.
Mo Diarmi. Happy Christmas."
He
To...
came and stood next to me and Sean, and we're talking to him. You know when you think you don't understand a fucking word we're saying.
Okay, can you say more than just a podcast? Happy Christmas. I don't know why I'm making him Russian because he isn't Russian.
No, but Matthew Rush, and this is the thing, Ian Dale was giving it all about, and he's just said the same. What a great goal he scored against Norwich. I'm right, he actually scored it against Ipswich, I believe.
Don't say anything,
Don't
Nigel.
say anything, no. So,
Time.
Jordan Spence, quickly. I will tell you.
He's nowhere. I've just looked him up.
He's what? He's not playing no more.
No, he was last seen at Den Haag in Holland.
Ooh, Den Haag, who West Ham beat on the way to the European Cup wins. What a tenuous link there.
What happened to Freddie
No, that
Sears?
was Den Bosch. I think.
He's
no,
at
it was Den Haag.
Ipswich, isn't
Colchester, I believe.
he? Colchester.
Or was it
Eamon
Ipswich now,
Dolan
was
was where I hoped for him. I think he's passed away now, hasn't
it?
he?
He has. He went to Exeter, I believe.
Yeah. He was
Jordan
prolific in the
Spence.
southeastern
Yeah.
counties.
Well, he's 32 now, Jordan Spence. Wow, that was a long time ago. All right, we'll move on. Yeah, Eamon, I used to. He had an identical twin brother,
That's right. He used to sit in the stand. It was strange.
and I don't know if I can tell this story. But anyway, I had to speak to Eamon before the game, and I went up to this bloke on the forecourt. Went, "You all right, Eamon? How you doing?" And I proceeded to have a conversation with him without letting him see it. So, and I'm pretty sure he said, "My name's Pierce." I'm like, "Eamon's my brother." No, I'm looking identical twin
they were.
brother. There you go.
Did
We'll leave it there. I won't say what I
just
was
Junior Stanislas still play for Bournemouth? Or is he retired now?
He was mentioned on the
he's
podcast.
still there, yeah. Zavon Hines was another one.
Oh, 7-9s, yeah.
He's back working at the club. He's coaching at the club, but he went off to Burnley as well, didn't he? There you go. There's a few people. You know, tell us who you think for next week.
Good handful there.
Yeah. Dearly beloved, please excuse another rant about Sunday games. As you know, it's a challenge for me to get to Sunday games.
Yeah, I bet.
And having missed the Burnley game, Easter Sunday was your busiest day of the year. Come on, John, no complaining. You didn't miss much, to be honest. Your daughter was there, though, so she said hello. I'm now going to miss the Arsenal game because of a long-standing christening. All right. Would tell him to sit down then, John.
I was going to say that.
Oh, sorry. So my question is, so I won't be seeing you then. That's what you're saying, John, next Sunday. So my question would be, would you be happy to miss out on European football if it meant having Saturday 3 p.m. games back again? Blessings, Jonathan. Before I go to Len to say, you bet you like where I'm, what do you reckon, George?
No.
No, all right.
I mean, for me personally, obviously not going to every game these days.
This is it.
It's a bit of a different ball game for me.
He's right. If you're not
So-
going, you
Still
know,
the
so-
same.
I'd rather
As a
have more West Ham games
ball
on
game.
telly, playing more
Same
often.
ball game. Association rules have not really changed fundamentally.
All
in
right,
the
Sean.
last 100 years.
Time.
So, Sean, Saturday or Sunday, would you prefer?
Depends, yes but no. But first of all, if it's Europa League, yes. If it's Conference League, forget
No.
it.
we've gone through this.
You can't
If
be
it's
snobby about that.
I am going to be snobby
You
about it.
can't be snobby about
I
it.
am going to be snobby about it.
Me personally,
feel
there
not?
is an easy answer, and the fact is, if UEFA or the FA ever spoke to all match going football fans, I'm not knocking those that sit at home, but match going football fans said, would you prefer to watch football on a Saturday or Sunday? I bet you 80% will go Saturday.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I'd
so
say
in what that
90%.
case then, well 90%, what that means is UEFA should then move the Champions League to being on a Tuesday and the UEFA Cup on a Wednesday.
On the Wednesday.
Or play them all on a Tuesday and Wednesday. We could have the UEFA
Feast
Cup
of
games
football.
kick off at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, but
Feast.
you know,
Absolute
UEFA
feast.
don't care about your match-going fans.
Anyway.
Of course they don't.
Of course
I've got
they
8
don't.
minutes
Neither
before
does
I've got
the
to
FA.
pick up, go to the station.
Next up is Jason Backus. Right, we won't miss you. Evening, gents. Finally got...
We
Make
will,
a wait,
because he's got the
anyway.
controls.
Make a wait. Evening, gents. Finally got around to going on a VIP tour of the London Stadium yesterday.
Nice.
After constant promotion. He found it very good and a slight upgrade from the Upton Park tour I did over a decade ago.
Ooh.
Aye.
Right.
Sad not to see a prison cell though, like the one underneath the old South Bank here. Surely, he's got a question. Surely with our centre half issue, we have to prioritise Europa League now. Europa League. I think we are, Jace.
Of course.
You used to be my favourite supporter from the 1970s, but after that comment, mate, I'll have to find someone else. Terry Nicky Davis. I don't know if it's Terry and Nicky. Oh, but he tells me, evening chaps, it's Terry here. So obviously Nicky's his missus. Thanks for pointing it out, Tel. To me, the Championship is a great league to pick up young, hungry talent. Don't tell
Yeah.
Sean, he'll be hanging around there like anything. And no doubt the club will be looking at that league to pick up some players.
We
If
are,
it
aren't we?
was up to you and you could bring 2 players from the Championship, who would you go for? He loves the show, what you'll bring to it, and keep up the good work. Brady out, yeah, even you. Sean.
Brady out. The one from Hull, the boy from Hull, who I don't know and never seen. Him.
And Dave was watching Hull the other day, I noticed.
He's looking at KLT, and he was his name.
Dave
This
Lee
is the
Travis.
problem. I
No,
don't
not him.
see. I'm not seeing enough Championship because going to football and playing Sundays. And I know you say, well, you can watch it on Saturdays, but just
How
don't-
old's Mitrovic now?
Still quite young. I think he's
26.
Did he set a
27?
record the other day?
He
scored
scored 41 goals
goals.
and made 7 assists this
Yeah.
season.
All right, look. Go and then what I'd say about Mitrovic, because it is a strange thing about him. Go and look at the goals he scored in the Championship. The amount he must be knocking
And
on
then look at
100.
the Premier-
now.
I think he set a record. I
Then
think
look, then look at what he scores in the Premier League,
yeah.
and it is a baffling because
Yeah.
everything about him in the Championship screams sign him up.
Yeah.
And yet, but why is he? There's a reason why he's playing for Fulham. You know, he was at Newcastle before when they were in the Premier League. Didn't really do well there. Evening, gents, says Matty Kemp, Spandau Ballet's roadie. Obviously between
Evening,
tours at
Matty.
the moment. He says West Ham are the 12th biggest net spenders in Europe's top league since
True that.
2012-13.
True that.
That's more than Liverpool. Does that mean no transfer budget in the summer?
No. We're going to get a ton of money.
All right, there you go. Exclusive, 150 million, as I saw someone quoting you, Sean.
Yeah, that's true.
People were quoting you saying apparently West Ham's got more money to spend than Man United or Liverpool, rumoured.
And
True
Yeah,
that.
Newcastle.
but they've got.
There you
It's
go.
got
Yeah.
they'll sell players and get that
they-
money as well.
No, they won't. We can't afford to sell players. Stop.
No, I'm talking about Man United and Liverpool.
Oh, Man United and
not us.
Liverpool. I do think
Man
Jesse
United
Lingard will come
especially.
to us.
Next up, Canning Town Len says,
That's
be
me.
there! An evening of
Be
Hammers
there.
Midfielders by E13 Events, presented by
Right.
Mark Wald,
We've
Friday
done
Fun
that.
Man
We've
and
done
Rust
that.
Club.
Are we done?
No, Grant Croxford, the old Boycester carrot cruncher. Says, evening chaps, the reason why I'm Donnerstag gear winning. Brady Rouse.
Brady Rouse.
Which he says, are we going to win on Thursday?
Yes.
knew
Yeah.
4 minutes.
Being clever, obviously. Next up, hello, Matty Peeps. This is Owl Stelios here. Kiriakou from Mayfair Penthouse Flat T. I do love it. Eintracht Frankfurt are upset that their fans can't buy tickets anywhere in the ground for Thursday's game. Fans say their culture of football allows all fans to buy tickets anywhere apart from the ultras section. Should West Ham create the same ultra-style areas in the London Stadium, or should home areas be purely for home fans only?
Yes. Last bit.
To be honest, fans come every week. Not neutrals or rivals. So what's the difference? I mean, when you create something that's a tourist attraction, don't be surprised when you get tourists, right?
Well, if they sell the tickets as a tourist attraction, yes.
Well, it is a tourist attraction.
No, yeah, but
And-
football's got a different culture, and this is
And
why.
Chelsea's no different when they did sell tickets, nor is Arsenal and
and
know,
they
other
didn't start
places.
it.
Well,
from
I'd say you're
scratch,
pointing the
did they?
finger then, Sean, and this is the
And
thing.
then
The club, by opening it up, and where the club obviously undermine things and do it wrong is when they turn around and go, oh, if you're on the waiting list, you can come in, the same as club members. So people that have paid a tenner have got the same right as the people that paid 40 quid. That can't be right, because obviously the Germans are going to pile in and pay the tenner and jump in. Where if West Ham had gone club memberships that were bought before this date, you can then buy. And that's what they should have done. And they would have sold out. You know they would have sold out.
2 minutes.
Basically, Stelios is saying it's getting dark on Thursday.
Yeah.
People are going to be
How many more
ransacking the
questions?
Only a
doors.
couple. Next up,
Cool.
Palumiogaluna. Hello, he says, I'm back. Besides Europa, it is just overall sadness for the club. I will bet the Arsenal match on Sunday. Maybe we should go back to the old days of having Antonio at right back. Once Suma was hurt, why didn't the club look at any free... Could they have done that?
They could have done, but, you know.
He said, we could have brought Reed back.
How about that?
Yeah, I don't think he's fit enough.
Well, no, but...
You don't know that.
I think you'd rather put Elise in.
Fitter than Zuma.
Well, or is he?
Well, he was.
Can you tell your dog to keep it down, Sean?
Yeah, no. Sorry.
1 minute.
Thus endeth.
Whee.
Facebook.
Right, predictions, quickly. Two
Two
games,
dark
two
on
important
Thursday.
games. Sorry?
Dark on Thursday, that's my prediction.
All right, and a prediction on the pitch.
2-0.
And Arsenal.
1-0 Arsenal.
Okay, Nigel.
2-1 West Ham. And I think it will be 1-1 against Arsenal.
Oh, he's nicked two of them.
Len,
So-
are you going to do
I was
one?
going to say both the same as Nigel, which is strange. I think we might let it go in under circumstances, but I think we'll win. So I was going
You
to
could
go
have same as
2-1.
me. Absolutely.
Okay, I'd have 2-1. I think we'll get a draw against Arsenal, 1-0. Again,
And
I think we'll get a goal.
Thinking
Let
about
me
it's long and
guess.
hard.
Yeah,
I think we
let me
will
guess.
beat Frankfurt 1-0
Yeah,
at home.
yeah.
And then going on to Sunday
Yeah.
against Arsenal, I think we
Oh.
beat them 1-0 as well.
Oh,
I've been Sean.
Well, hold up. I've got one thing to say. And I'll
quick.
say it on here so everybody listening. This is very quick, yeah? When you edit it, a few people contacted me saying, why do your adverts cut in halfway through people were talking? And the reason for that is because Sean can't be bothered to edit them. Yeah?
I
'Cause
just
you can
press
stop
and
the
it
edit.
picks it automatically. So
No,
clean
no,
feed
no.
just picks it.
Yeah, it picks it automatically exactly 50% of the way. You can just move the bar over like I did when I discovered it and put it so it's when someone's not talking.
Right,
in
I will
between the
try
questions.
that. I'll have to spend.
can
Because
you please-
I'm the only
people-
one who does any
I'm not-
preparation. You
you know
buggers
me,
just turn
I
up on
don't-
the day,
Name,
sometimes
name.
late.
I
and
did
go,
that for about 9 years, Sean.
Oh, I don't think it was 9
Sean,
years.
you
Well,
don't
far
do
off.
anything. You don't do an agenda now. We don't get an agenda. We don't get anything.
Anyway,
Just turn up, sit there,
I have
talk.
been Sean. Nigel has been.
Trying to keep Sean from picking his missus up on time.
Len has been.
full of exclusives.
And George has been.
Preparing for the dark troubles.
And here to the end. Bye. Come on, you Iron.
Bobby Moore. More than just a podcast.
It's not right.
Bobby Moore. More than just a podcast.
That's all, folks.